right. Well, hello, and welcome everyone to our BG5 Live. Great to have you all here with us today. Welcome to everyone who is live on Facebook, who's watching via the recording, or is here live in our Zoom room. If you are here live in our Zoom room and would like to share anything, we would love to hear from you. So please feel free to raise your hand or let Natalie know, and we can have you join in our panel. So today is August 3rd, 2021. Today is episode number 116. And today we're going to take a look at the last trait in purpose fulfilled through form. The last trait in the communication and action function that we're going to be taking a look at is trait number 33. And we're going to take a look at trait 33 in quality 5, where timing is everything. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. So before we get started, let's say hello to our panel. So let's start with our special guest, Juan Jose. So great to have you join us here today. So welcome.
Hello, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, great to have you here. Welcome. And Natalie.
Yes, hello, welcome everybody. Glad to be here, and welcome Juan Jose, and we're always happy to hear your stories.
Yes. And Linda won't be joining us today, so it is the three of us. And again, we would love to have any of you be a part of our panel if you're here live in our Zoom room. So let's jump in and get started. Again, we're taking a look at timing is everything. It's very interesting that trait 33 is the last trait in this purpose fulfilled through form, because this is where our memories ultimately get expressed. This is the voice of I remember. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. So when we take a look at August, can you believe we are already in August? So half the year's already over, and we're now headed towards the end of the year. So the theme for August is about timing is everything, as we step forward into the future of sharing our power, adapting to struggle so that we can remove self-imposed barriers and organize the power of the will to deliver through connecting and bonding with others. So we're moving into, we're moving into purpose fulfilled through bonding, through connecting with others. So retreat, which we're going to take a look at today in the 33, this is the last trait in purpose fulfilled through form. Next week, again, we'll move into purpose fulfilled through bonding and connection. With retreat, what we're going to be taking a look at today, it's privacy. It's the revelation or the revealing of secrets. And again, it's interesting that it is the last trait here in fulfilling purpose through form, because again, it is in a sense wrapping up this whole experiential process by communicating the lessons learned. Now, just to give you a preview of what August is all about, we're going to be taking a look at the leader in trait 7. 33 is also a leadership trait as well. So it's interesting to see this is a leadership trait of the authority, right? Knowing through past experience. Next week, we'll take a look at the leader in the 7, the elected leader, the role of self-interaction. We'll take a look at formalization in the 4. This is youthful folly. Logic protects us from misfortune. We will take a look at perseverance in the 29. This is commitment. This is about saying yes. And we'll take a look at achieving union in the 59. This is bonding and intimacy beyond words, and also deliverance in the 40. This is aloneness. This is the power of the will to deliver. So you can start to see where our theme of August has come from. Now, we talked about this last week as well, but again, I just wanted to remind you of the current environment. We have the 9 of dedication. This is regardless of the pressure or stress, the discipline, attention to detail, right action that leads inevitably to actualization, or the persistent urge to want to skip essential steps and ignore the details. So recognize that details is still in the background. Also, the leader is also in the background as well. The genuine and sincere support and recognition of others. So it's the skill to recognize and support the talents of others. This is the enthusiasm for and service to higher goals, and the refusal, or it could be the refusal to support and recognize the talents of others as well. So it's interesting that the Olympics are happening right now. With the Olympics are often what I think about when I think about the 16 of developing this skill. And, this is the genuine and sincere support to recognize others. Again, we're focused on leadership. So leadership is the theme today, next week. And again, we are the leaders that we have been waiting for. Leader is also in the background frequency as well. So really taking a look at owning your own personal leadership and being a leader for yourself. I didn't know if Juan Jose, if there was anything that you would like to add to this as well.
No, not for the moment.
Okay, no problem.
No, for the moment.
All right, well, let's jump into 33.
Yes.
Yes, so 33 is about retreat, right? So again, I'm just looking at how many people we have currently live in our Zoom room. Many people are on retreat right now. It's like, okay, I'm done. I just need to retreat. I just need to be by myself. I just need to ponder and to think. Natalie was just speaking of that right before we jumped on. So when we take a look at trait 33 of retreat, this is active withdrawal and the transformation of a weak position into a strength. So sometimes we need to withdraw before we can move forward. This is the wisdom and experience to share through the voice of remembrance. This is all about I remember. This is privacy, and this is also the revelation of spirits, or of secrets. Sorry, the revelation of secrets. So it's being able to reveal secrets that may be hidden. It's the moment of uncertainty between the completed experience and a new one. So again, it's interesting that it is the bridge between purpose fulfilled through form and purpose fulfilled through bonding. So it's this moment of uncertainty during change between something that has just completed and it's taking a look, retreating, pondering things, understanding things before moving on to something new. It's a pause, and it's a pause to reflect on what has happened and determine to determine which way to move forward, right? And to renew your strength. So it's that pause before moving forward. And it's the time when the most valuable lessons will come to the surface, and when those lessons and when those experiences that you've had will also reveal their truths. And it's waiting for the right timing. This is a projected strength. So this is all about right timing, and it's waiting for the right timing to share the secrets that you remember. And I know, Juan Jose, you have the 33 in your design. I would love to hear your experience of what the 33 is for you.
Okay, that's yes, that's motivate me. That's the answer, yes. Okay, what you are listening, that what come first to me is that now with COVID we are all retreat, but that is not the same for everyone. For some persons can live this as a beautiful present. For me, it was fantastic to stay at home. No problem, no need to go in this moment when they say everybody need to stay at home. I live this with Well, it's very well for me, but no, it's not the same for everybody. We need to understand that we are all different, and this withdrawal is not not everybody can live with the same. For me, it's important to understand also that this withdrawal is necessary. That is what life teach me, that in some times I need more withdrawal than in other moments. No, there are moments that I need to stay more out in my life and relationship with the others, but these times of absolutely withdrawal is necessary in the process, and some the time and time. And about that, you say that the final time, that the timing is important. This is absolute true. The timing when you need to retreat, and the time when you need to go out. For me, is also connected with my for of the opportunity. There is an opportunity to stay at home and retreat and not connecting with nobody, with no one. And there are opportunities to go and connect and interact with others. This is very, very important. And the other thing is about the secrets. You don't know never where the experience lead to you. O sea, you know that you must complete the experience, but you only have expectation. If you have expectation, the most sure is you don't accomplish this expectation. This is the most possibly happen. You don't accomplish this expectation, but you don't know what come about the experience until you finish the experience. This is the more life teach me every time this lesson, because you need to complete some experience to understand what was for, no, and what lesson you can understand for that. And this teach another important lesson. You cannot speak about the experience because it's not finished. when it's not finished, if it's finished, okay, but if it's not finished, it's not okay to you to say, I know what is this about, because you are moving maybe for your expectation or for your thoughts that is not maybe it's not the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I love that you pointed that out, Juan Jose, is that you really when you commit to an experience, it's part of the abstract or the experiential circuitry that once you say yes to an opportunity, to an experience, you really have to surrender to it without those expectations and go through whatever the process is, and where the lessons lie at the end. And you don't really know what the lessons are until you've reached the very end. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
How about for you, Natalie?
Well, it's a fascinating one, because I really like what Juan Jose also shared, and the time. So not everybody likes retreat, right? And you may feel lonely, or you may feel I don't know, cut off the communication or whatever of the world, right? But as Juan Jose, as you see in Juan Jose and how he expresses it, he really enjoys it, right? He really feels like he needs this time to then be able to just be with himself, an active withdrawal, to process what has happened and what did I learn from that. And it doesn't necessarily only have to be your own personal experiences, but also what others share with you, right? And then the secrets that they share. Hey, Marty. She's just anyway. And so that's the other thing. You really, process the experiences from yourself and others and learn valuable lessons from that. And only in being able to pause and to reflect, you are able to get to this point of the lessons and that will surface up. And then only once you learn the lessons, the right timing to be shared. And it's interesting that it's also in business skills. It is the supervision,
Oversight.
right? Or,
Oversight.
Oversight. That's
Oversight.
the word I was looking like. It was something, oversight. So also to be able to kind of take the lessons learned in business and from that go into the future, right? And take it in how you organize things, or how how things can be more efficient or whatever, and inform the plan for the future. So yes, it is. And yeah, as you both shared, the beautiful thing about this whole circuitry, no expectations. And I was really laughing when Juan Jose said, as soon as I get expectations, you can be sure that you won't get what you expect. that is the sure thing about it, right? That's what you shared. That's funny, you're still laughing, because you probably, when you have this in your design, and as I see Juan Jose nodding, like from when you are young, you have a lot of expectations, right? So you constantly go in with expectations, and there you go. But the most beautiful lessons is that you, when you don't expect and let things unfold, and then you will get somewhere where you thought you may never end up, and really, learn the wisdom from experiences. So I don't have a lot of
this is my the story of my life. If you see my design, I only miss the 36. All the circuits of the experience is there. All the other activation. Only I miss the 36, and the first one of the expectation is unconscious. It's inevitable for me to start with a lot of passion and emotion and illusion for the things, and then I understand that maybe it's not in this, it's not so wonderful or not so bad the experience. No, I must adjust in the middle of the road, but you are there, you are inside when you, and when I am inside when I get conscious about that and reduce this level of excitement and that. And also I have the 29 and have this power to compromise, compromise and say, okay, maybe it's not what you expect, but you must stay here for a moment, for one more time, one more year. I stay in design more than 25 now. One more time, one more year to arrive to the point where I think I am now, that enjoying was my purpose in design, that it was to be there with the business, with the enterprise, doing and helping with this information. That was my excitement in the beginning when I know human design 26 years ago, 28, I don't know, 26 years ago. I want to, the first thing that come to me was, wow, this must help in the business environment. This must help in the work environment. That was my illusion, my expectation. And now I think all of these waiting and working and trying and effort on that. Now I am enjoying this opportunity to see this in the community of business, and they are opening to this information that in 3 or 5 years ago it was not possible. Now it's possible, but 10 years ago was maybe impossible. But we are there, we are knocking the door from 15 or 10 years now in the business to say, hey, there is this wonderful information that can help. But as a advisor is not easy. It's not easy. it must be this recognition, and that's why I must, in the way, I must reduce the expectation and say, okay, maybe not now, but maybe next year. Okay, maybe not now, but maybe next year, and so on and so on.
Yes.
I really like, sorry, because you've been with design from the very beginning, and you lived in Ibiza, and you knew Ra personally, and your story about, and this is what you remember, right? That's what we talk about today. Your story about when you met design and you already saw the potential that it could bring in the business world. But
Yes.
at the time, Ra didn't, he started off with human design and not BG5. That came way, way, way later. But, so
maybe 10 years, maybe 10 years later, I speak about BG5.
Yeah.
Yes.
And only since,
yes, the first course that he teach was in 2005.
2005. Yeah.
Yes. And before he started in another year with Peter Lawrence, which was another experience to try this information to the business world. But when he take again this information to put the first course, he directly was in the 2005, and it was 10 years after I went in the human design. I come in human design in 1995.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was invited to human design in 1995 for my wife. Yes.
Yes. And what Rich experienced, just like Natalie was saying, that I remember, right? You remember what it was like back then from the very beginning and how it's progressed. And I really do believe, just like Juan Jose has said, that the timing for BG5 is now. This is the time it needed, things needed to shift and change and be where they are now in order for people to really get the depth and the power and what's possible in utilizing BG5 within businesses, within your career, within larger organizations. Yeah. So thank you for that one, Jose.
Yes, when you saw us this graph from Gauss, no, the curve of the innovation. Yeah? When we start to put this graph in the presentations, we say we stay here in the beginning, and it's true. We are staying in the beginning, but not in the now. We are now in the
early adopters.
Yes, yeah. The early adopters now is. Yes, this is early adopters, and we have this pleasure and this honor to see it and live it. And I'm very happy to live this change in the core, and we are be a witness of this change in the core, and now they are opening the doors in the business world.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you for sharing that one, Jose. And
Yeah, we have, so let's go to the
yes, please.
quality. Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
and we have a sharing in the forum or in the Facebook, that's what it is, from Lisa, who has it in her future direction, unconscious. And she says she sees this quality strong with her in her reflecting with words via her blog. And she also has the 1156, which is in the storyteller, in the same circuitry, right? Of I remember and the stories, etc. So constantly telling stories of my personal life experiences. So yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Really beautiful. And before we actually go to the quality, I wanted to add our little extra piece that we were
Oh,
talking about, how you get
yay!
affected when you are connected. So if you don't have trait 33, but you do have trait 13. So for example, I have trait 13, but I don't have the 33. So some questions that you may have is, right, do you keep valuable secrets to yourself that may be helpful for others if they are known? Or do you find that although you take in information and experiences and secrets, you may not know how or be able to share the lessons learned that can make a difference for the collective? So the problem is that with the 13, you're a confidant, you're a keeper of secrets, right? You're a great listener. However, there is important lessons learned from listening to people's experiences that you may not understand or share that can potentially be of great benefit to many. So it's hidden wisdom behind the secrets that you've heard and experience may never emerge. It's almost like you hear all of this information, you take in all of this information. There are great lessons that can be accessed with that information, but you may not be able to access it or express it unless you're connected with someone who has the 33. So the solution is that you're really designed to work in partnership with someone who can help you remember and release what you have heard and what you have taken in. And you can help, and they can help you properly select and reflect upon and organize what needs to be shared with the proper timing to have an impact on humanity. So they can help you express what the lessons are that have been learned. And so I was pondering this in putting this together with the 13, but not having the 33. I recognize that quite a bit, that it's, I'm really good at listening, taking in information. And in the times when I've connected with someone who has the 33, that's when I can get to, oh, that's how this and this connects. Oh, this is the lesson of this and this and this, which maybe I don't recognize or that I don't notice without being able to speak or connect with someone who has the 33. So I think that's.
Do you right now, because it is the background frequency, right?
Mhm.
Do you find that you have an easier time expressing in these past few days, this weekend?
That is a really good question.
Because it may be, or you may be more triggered that you cannot, I don't know, because
Right.
it's activated, right?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't feel like I've really been I've been feeling more like I want to retreat, that I really don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, me too. I was just sharing that before class. I was like, I need to go camping on my own, not even having to talk. These were the literal words. Hilarious. I didn't even think about the trait we are in today.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'll pay attention to that, because that's an interesting thing to notice. But I've noticed that especially this last week, I've been a bit more tired. I've been a bit more, just wanting to, it's like, I don't want to work. I just want to like lay down. I just want to meditate. I just want to, I want to have that bit of retreat. So this is what many of you may feeling, whether you have the 13 or not. Just because that 33 is in the background frequency, you may feel a bit more tired. You may feel like you just want to meditate, ponder, be by yourself, that you may feel like you want to have a bit of retreat to kind of ponder what's coming together and what has been and where we're going. I know I certainly have. So exactly. Anything, Juan Jose, that you want to add? Yeah, Tanya's saying, oh, that's good to know. That explains a lot. Exactly.
Yeah, me, I was tired too. I was so like done. Yeah, same thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's one of the benefits of knowing what's happening in the background frequency, because you're like, oh my goodness, why am I so tired? Why am I so like irritated that I don't want to talk to anyone? Why do I just want to be by myself? Right? It explains it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all perfect exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when we take a look at quality 5 is about timing. Remember, whenever taking a look at quality 5, it's about the messenger. So when we take a look at the elevation, it's the ability to keep one's intention secret. As important as the timing itself, the ability to keep secret one's intention until the appropriate moment. Right. So it's sort of, waiting for that right timing. It can also be the challenge without a sense of timing, letting others in on the secret prematurely, resulting in confusion. So a tendency to want others to participate in the selection of the timing, which can also lead to confusion as well. So again, right now, everything is all about the timing. And again, we talked about it's built into the trait itself. Being a projected or an advisor strength, it really needs to be recognized and invited. That timing needs to be correct in order for the correct secrets to be revealed at the correct timing, where it can have an impact on the collective. Anything, Juan Jose or Natalie, that you would like to add to that?
Well, as you heard from Juan Jose as well before, it is sometimes difficult to wait and to wait until the opportunity and the invitation comes to share. And you may want to share what you've witnessed like instantly, but then you may not have the full how do you say that, understanding of what the wisdom is behind it, right? So although you may be impatient, usually if you do wait and the opportunity does come and people, and then I'll love to hear from Juan Jose, but then what you share has impact and has the wisdom with it, right? So
yes, the timing is necessary, and in the timing is that facilitate this invitation that is necessary also within this invitation to get this impact in the. For example, we are talking now with this information in the business world, and this impact for the message need this timing. So, when it was before, it was not understandable. They don't understand. Maybe for us, for the person who are studying, it was very clear, but not for the white person that not understand that until this moment that now they are more conscious about all of this information.
the public, the general public,
Yes, the general public is more conscious about this information.
Yeah, it's almost like there's two levels of timing. One, there's the timing of the experience itself, right? Just like what we were talking about with BG5, right? 10 years ago, when I started working with this information is very different than it is today, right? And then when Juan Jose started studying 20 some odd years ago, very different than it is today. So it's sometimes, the natural timing of everything, that there has to be a certain frequency, there has to be a certain level of understanding, there has to be a certain number of people that understand the information, whatever that happens to be. So there's more of a bigger sense of timing, that things need to align first before things can truly be understood. there's that sense of timing, and there's also the personal sense of timing of, being recognized and invited and sharing, and when you share it at the right time. So there's
Yeah.
like the bigger look at the
Yes.
timing, as well as the individual, more personal and minute sense of
And
the
also
timing as well.
it's perfect. Always is perfect, because for me as the advisor, and also as triple split, is very difficult to take this synthesis when you are young, when you are 5 years with the information. I need more time to take this ability to take the synthesis for that, and maybe 10 years ago, maybe I was prepared to that, and I go with the people, but it was not the time for him. Maybe it was time for me, but not time for her. And if it's not the time for the service that you want to offer, the service not get value for them.
Yeah.
And when they appreciate when it's the time, they appreciate the value, and you can offer this information, and they appreciate the value now. Now
Yes.
they appreciate the value that we are offering.
Yes, exactly. Was there something that you wanted to add, Natalie?
No, well, anyway, so to add, that's interesting that you say that, because I think especially with this information, people have to be open to it. If you share it to whomever because you love it, but they are not, open to it, they won't hear it. They won't feel it. They won't recognize it. They won't, and then, but having the invitation, the recognition, and then sharing, and how do you know when timing is right? You can trust your own decision-making strategy for it to be the right timing, right? If you feel pressured, or if it's how do you say this mind game talking to you that you really need to now because otherwise you may lose whatever, that's not the right timing. You will feel it in whatever way or shape or form your decision-making strategy is designed. Yeah.
And as you say, sometimes it could be very difficult to stay with that, but it's your commitment is what you feel you when you are committed with what is true for you, what is inside you, not in your body and your soul and your inside of you. You can stay with that. It's not for me. It's not that problem, because from the beginning, I take that very profound inside of me. This commitment.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's a very fascinating thing when we take a look at all of the time. And even I love what I wanted to point out, this side that you just spoke about, Juan Jose, too, the timing of learning this information. Oftentimes, especially when people start in the foundation course, they think it's all a mind thing, right? They think, oh, I know the information. I'm smart. I got it. Let's move on. I want to start doing stuff right away. It's not just the mind, it's really integrating it into your entire being, into your body, into the way you do things, and how do you make decisions. So in studying this information, it's much more than just knowledge that you learn in your mind. It's much, much deeper than that. And so it takes timing. One of the things that Ra said, and especially if you're studying and going down the human design track, it takes at least 3 years, right, to really start to integrate it. And it takes 7 years to really go through that first cycle of really taking in and absorbing the information. And so sometimes the timing is all about that as well. Yeah, fascinating.
It's true.
Yeah, and I noticed myself when I started, also thought that I knew the world. And you get more and more humble as you move along, and then you go like, oh, and also knowing that you know so little just,
Yes.
you know, because there's so much to learn and so many layers and layers and layers. And, you know, each time around teaching it even and working with clients and students, you get a different level, a different click, a different, you know, so it, yeah. Anyway, it's so rich. Once you're hooked to this information.
And that's what I love about it is the
Yeah.
more that you know, the more you realize that you don't know. Like
Yeah.
you can,
It's
and I
true.
love what you said, Natalie, too. It's the more you know this information, the humbler you get. I too was
Yeah.
like, oh, I know all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, more than 10 years later, I'm like, wow, there's so much that I don't know. Because that's how profound it is. The more you learn, the more you know you don't know. I love it. Yeah. And I'm sure, especially for you, Juan Jose, too, and the amount of time that you've studied.
Yes,
right?
it's necessary. It's necessary this lesson for me also. No, the life teach me this lesson of be humble, because if you are not humble, this probably lesson that you are learned in the life living all the process, it could be no useful for the white majority, because if you are caught in your ego, you are in the tribal environment realm, and the tribal realm, you are not sharing with the knowledge with the right people. And that's why this is necessary, and life teach you this necessity to be humble, to share this with the correct people.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's maybe the other thing. So coming back to the era that we are closing, and the new times that we are approaching in 2027, in the more tribal environment that we were in, right? We wanted quick fix, easy answers, I don't know, and put everything into a kind of an homogenized world. Whereas what we know now, and probably maybe knew back then, right? And certainly know from this information, everybody has their unique differentiated being. And there is no like quick and easy way to go through this information. Like, for instance, for those of you that know a little bit now, and you know the difference in types, and then you go like, I know, you know, but type is only the surface level. Yes, it is the basics, types with your decision-making strategy to be able to navigate the world, and then everything that you have within comes automatically. But so sometimes I meet also people, and when people start studying, right, they want to kind of have the quick fix and easy, and to be able to share it. But to be able to see the synthesis and the holistic being of a person, which is unique and different from the next person that may also be an advisor with an emotional decision-making strategy and this and that, you know, they may seem very alike, but it's so, everybody is so unique. And that is, I think, once you start studying and getting further, what you realize that's the layers that you really realize, right? So talking about what you shared, Juan Jose, and the ego, and that we want to, I don't remember exactly your words, but that is, I think, the shift from where we came from, and to more of the humbleness to in the world as well, for everybody's uniqueness. And we have this information to understand that, and to be able to see it to in a tangible way. That's what I love about design. It's tangible. It's an image. There's logic behind it. You can explain everything, right? Mm-hmm. Which is just fascinating. And I've done different modalities, but also spiritual things, or maybe, whatever, astrology. I always found it difficult to accept it, because you cannot grasp it, right? And here you have a design. You can read every detail, which is just fascinating. Yeah,
exactly.
Way practical. Way more practical. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
Talking about fifth line quality. So yeah, very practical. Oh,
and
okay.
and speaking of our celebrity here is Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, royalty. So her life work theme is refinement. You know that it is not enough to have and protect a home. Life is enriched by making it beautiful, and beauty heals. So she was born and raised in Los Angeles, and her acting career, she began as an actress. Her acting career began when she was studying at Northwestern University. She was married to an American producer, and then from 2011 until her divorce in 2013, and she retired from acting upon her marriage to Prince Henry in 2018, and started undertaking engagements as a member of the British royal family. And since then, she has been known as the Duchess of Sussex. So
beautiful.
yeah. So there we have
Refinement.
refinement.
They're now back in the States, right?
I believe so. I believe so. I don't follow it much, but
no, me neither. But yeah. So yeah, so she had that. Why I ask is, that it's not enough to have a protected home, which she had in England, in the British royal family, but then to enrich life, they I don't know if this is the case, but that's my way of interpreting it. To enrich life and make it beautiful. For what life really makes beautiful is life itself, right? And so
yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. Beauty that heals.
We need to refine our experience to progress. Well, it's always we are progress, and in the way of the progress, and to get more progress for all people, we need to refine our way to process all the experience. And this experience, the refinement is less and less and less expectations, and more engagement, more and more compromise with the experience. This is the process of refinement.
Yeah. Wow.
Really living life instead of expecting something of life.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, again, if you are new to BG5 or you want to get your own chart, you want to find out if you have trait 33, you can download your free personalized chart from the BG5 Business Institute website. You can also take a look at the trait of the day. So again, if you're feeling really tired, and like Tonya said, you can let go of the judgment about, why aren't you doing more during this time when it's the time of retreat. It explains everything. So when you can look at the background frequency and go, oh, that's why I'm feeling this way, or oh, this is what it is. It's kind of like understanding the weather. It helps you prepare, and it helps you recognize that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just part of the process. It's part of what we're all going through. You can watch our past episodes on our free resource library. You can also check them out on YouTube as well. And we have our new courses coming up in September. We have courses in all kinds of different languages. We have a course starting in Spanish, in Dutch, in Japanese, in Chinese, in Bulgarian, and English, of course. So please.
Wow.
Yes, I know. It's pretty amazing. So it's really amazing to be able to see this information being communicated across the world in all kinds of different languages.
Changing in the core.
Yeah. We're
the innovation.
Yes.
Going from early adopters to we're steadily moving forward.
Yes.
Or this way, I don't know.
Exactly. So, so if you want to be a part of these early adapters, right? We're early adapters that are starting to become more and more the majority, we invite you to check out the BG5 Foundation course, find out more about your own career design, also learn more about others. We also have the BG5 certification course. If you've already taken the foundation course and want to use this information with clients, whether it be in a business setting, whether it be in the career setting, a lot of people are challenged both in their businesses and careers right now because of everything that's happening in the world. So this is a great opportunity to be able to support both people in their career, but also in their businesses to support them in creating a business or finding the job that they truly love and that truly resonates with them. We also have a more advanced, so if you already are a BG5 consultant, we also have the cycles course as well. So understanding global cycles, understanding annual cycles, understanding what we're taking a look at here and taking a look at the daily cycles, taking a look at even the death cycle at the end. So taking a look at all the different cycles that we go through is what we take a look in the cycles course. And it's a certification course as well. So you can be certified to deliver that type of information as well to your clients. So to wrap everything up, I would love to hear from Juan Jose, Natalie, or anyone who is live in Facebook or here in our Zoom room. What should people pay attention to over the next couple days as we are in this trait 33? How about for you, Natalie?
Yeah, so don't make yourself wrong if you don't want to do anything right now. If you feel tired, if you want to retreat, enjoy the process, and who knows what is on the other side. So I'm saying this especially to myself because I was actually yawning about it as well before we started this. And then maybe also seeing what or listening what secrets are shared here and there, because the expression, the available expression is there. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Natalie. How about for you, Juan Jose?
Yes, I feel that this is a good time now in these days, in these 2 or 3 days or 4 days, to stay at home, to this retreat inside, and also make something, a symbol, an action, no, that could have this connection with your mind. That is to clean in the house, to go to your remembers and clean what is not necessary for you, to get out what is not necessary. Maybe you have a t-shirt or something like that, your clothes that you are not necessary for you now, 10 years, 4 years or 3 years, so it's not necessary. Is healthy moment to get out what is not necessary for you, and see and what stand in your life, what is a value in your life now, and you don't need the other things. And maybe you understand that there are a lot of things in your room that you don't need and need to go out, but to start the new cycle with fresh and with this vitality that you found in these things that are a pillar for you in your life.
I love that one, Jose. Yes. So kind of clearing the past, right? To be able to move forward powerfully into the future. I love that. Yeah. So just pay attention to your energy. Remember, this is about retreat. The 33 is about retreat. So if you need to retreat, if you need to take care of yourself, you need to stay in, you need to not talk to anyone, you need to spend time in nature, you need to clean out your closet, whatever that happens to be. Again, this is a perfect time to be able to do that. Just so follow your decision-making strategy. Again, if you are tired and you don't feel like talking with anyone, it's fine. Again, no judgment that you're not doing more, because this really is a time to take care of yourself and to retreat. All right, everyone. Moxie says hi. Yes, great. Welcome. And Tonya is saying thank you for a great gathering today. I really like the inclusion of the slide that's called how you're affected when you are connected, and love how seeing the gates work together. And I hope you do more in the future in BG5 Live. That's our plan. Thank you, Tanya. And with that, we will sign off for today, and we will take a look next week at trait number 7. Again, also taking a look at leadership. 7 is the trait of leadership. So again, this theme of leadership is something that will continue forward as well as in the background frequency. So we'll also look to see where you can, again, lead yourself and be your own leader in this upcoming week as well. We'll look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you. And have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.